In this daily drop, I'm going to give some initial thoughts on the new INFINIMAT from Aputure. So let's go. All right, here we are heading into NAB 2024. And what does that mean? It means new product announcements. And they have started now. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is, big surprise, lighting. And from a small, now getting quite large company called Aputure, meaning when I first knew of them and I started using their products, they were teeny tiny, and they even had the Deity brand under Aputure. And now, you know, we've got Deity, we've got Amaran, we've got Aputure, and really are starting to see that the Aputure brand is that mid to high end tier of the market. Amaran seems to be more the mid to lower end tier of the lighting market. And then Deity, of course, lives on their own island, rightfully so, in the audio world. Okay, so to kind of sum up what I'm seeing here with INFINIMAT, first and foremost, it's definitely conceptually carrying on the concept of what we saw with the InfiniBars, which is this modular, expandable lighting system, in this case in a matte-based format. And there are a lot of mats that are being introduced with this when it comes to market. It looks like end of second quarter of 2024. And just to kind of give you an idea, if you haven't seen these things yet, they come in 1x2, 1x4, 2x4, 4x4, 8x8, and these are in feet by feet, and 20x20. So these are starting out at their smallest size as a 1 foot by 2 foot mat, and then going all the way up to 20x20. And can be expanded upon, and you can take, in theory, 4 4x4s and create a 16x16. And they are very high output. They have, from what I can tell, a 400 watt and a 1600 watt controller, and you can drive multiple mats from one control box. Not tons of information yet, though I'll put a link to it so you can sign up and get more information on it. But RGBWW, high output, probably the one thing that is the very first and noticeable thing about these mats is that they have inflatable airbags or soft boxes that come with them. And for the smaller units, you can keep those attached. For the larger ones, you wouldn't do that. And you're going to use a pump. It's air-based, not helium, so they're not going to float. But apparently these airbags create structure for the mats. So if you're not rigging them in a standard frame-based kind of setup, then if you were hanging them, the airbags themselves give structure to the actual mats themselves. This, coupled with an expansion with the Sidus Link Pro app and the things that you can do, is showing me that Aputure is really starting to push into bigger and bigger setups, bigger and bigger production. Again, not tons of information on this, but enough to get a very good sense of what we are looking at. Definitely, from what I can tell, going into that market where the light gear light mats are. So these InfiniMats are probably going to compete in that similar type of space. Price point wise, I don't know where we are. Hopefully we'll get a sense of that at NAB. And also, as just one other thing about the mats, IP65 rating. So these are designed to be out in the elements in production, which is nice to see. I think they look interesting. You know, most of the mats that I've used in the past have been much smaller. The largest ones I've used are 2x2 mats. And these are starting at 1x2, 1x4, and then going up much larger than that. I think I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm going to check them out at NAB and see what else Aputure has up their sleeve or sleeves. Ted's got 2 of them, and we'll see where they go. All right, those are my initial thoughts. Don't forget to, and I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.